Penny Jake, the tribe has spoken.
Fuck you, Kevin.
Aw, fuck you too, sweetie.
I'm JJ, one of the original Tribe of Nerds members. You can catch me on Marvel, Pokemon, and other gaming podcasts.
What up? It's Josh, resident superhero nerd, but I also dabble in the occasional super villain as well.
Some may know me as the Chaos Gremlin, but really I'm just Joe King.
Pikachu, use Volt Tackle! Good job, Pikachu!
On the Tribe of Nerds.
I was just happy to see Shannon dead again, so.
Yeah, I knew you'd have to unmute for that one. Yay, mansplaining.
That's a amazingly manicured abandoned island.
It's the boars. They come through. They're natural lawnmowers.
Bitch needs to lay off my man.
Remember when Saeed's shirt was white?
Yep.
Remember when Shannon was useless? Oh, wait. She still is.
Sawyer just laying there being useless. Do something, Sawyer.
He is. He's looking hot.
He can't even breathe normally. Jeez.
Way better love story than Twilight.
Yeah. Hey, everybody. Welcome back to the Tribe of Nerds. Kevin, Gregg, Kristin, Michael, and I are here for Lost Season 2, Episode 8. The episode all about Ana Lucia and the fallout of Shannon's death. So let's get into it. What did you guys think of this episode?
I don't think there should be a fallout. I think there should be a celebration. I don't understand. Why are we all upset? Like, what's happening here? Where's the balloons? Where's the party hats? Like, I don't understand.
They're saving that for the funeral.
Okay. The party.
I can't up to a funeral with party hats. I'm done.
The funeral that Kristin already crashed, and Michael showed up in his best attire. And
Right. Unlike Locke, who showed up to Boone's funeral still covered in Boone's blood, Kristin is going to go find a random animal to make bleed to put on herself just to celebrate. Like, has nothing to do with Shannon's death. It's just going to be like, I just wanted to.
I mean,
she's mean.
I am.
Also, Kristin, why does no one like me? Like, I don't.
I mean,
Weird.
I don't know. It happened.
I understand that a lot of people don't like Ana Lucia. I understand that she's a lot to take. I understand she's not a fan favorite. I think that she is a very compelling and interesting character, and I think that she deserves way more credit than I think people just fall into, they disagree with her decisions and therefore don't like her. But I think when you watch this, I want to know more about that character when I see this episode. So I like her.
I feel bad for her in this episode. Like, she was backed into a corner, and she didn't mean to do this. It's just a horrible situation, and you can see she's so panicked, and she doesn't know what to do, and she falls back on the way she deals with things. And yeah, she's just like a rabbit in the headlights. And what the hell do I do? And what have I done?
Oh my gosh! In the UK, do they say rabbit in the headlights instead of deer in the headlights? Is that a thing?
I was just letting him go.
I don't know if I messed that up or if that is because there is deer in headlights as well.
That up, or
maybe I've messed that up. They both sound right.
I was letting him go with that. I'm like, did Michael mess this one up or did the British mess this one up? I don't know.
Rabbits are more British than deer.
Do you have deer?
We came first. Right.
That's hilarious. Oh my god. Oh.
Right. Yeah, rabbit in the headlights. We do say that.
I love that he had to Google that.
Wasn't sure.
Yeah. Well, I mean, but getting back on track, we'll talk about it later, but like I feel like getting the context for why Ana Lucia is the way she is in this episode and why she made the snap judgment call with Shannon, it makes more sense because of what ended up happening, and so I kind of get it more. So I am, as Kevin said, I am more interested to learn more about her than I was in the last few episodes or since she was introduced back in the end of season 1. So
for sure. So I have a couple fun facts for this episode, and this one is like amazing. So I kind of want to save this for last. I'm going to jump into the numbers. So the numbers were there quite heavily, spoken and not spoken. The therapist said that he's been working with Ana Lucia for 4 months. The patrol, she says 8th and 16. The crossword was 42 down, so not mentioned, but there. And then, they talked about, her mom talked about Jason putting 4 bullets through her. Also, very fun fact here. We've talked about the light and the dark before. The very end, we have Jack showing up in a white shirt and Ana Lucia in a dark shirt. So kind of bringing up the light and dark again. So a lot of fun things there. But this fun fact is absolutely amazing. And I think it speaks heavily to the actors and to the scene itself. Rose and Bernard, L. Scott Caldwell and Sam Anderson did not meet at all until this moment on filming because they wanted it to be authentic. So they chose not to meet each other. Just so we can have that beautiful
do it.
Right? Gosh, talk about how authentic it truly was. It broke people down. I still cry.
yeah.
I mean, I haven't made a decision yet at this point in the podcast. I was tempted watching. I was like, I'm gonna have to make Rose and Bernard my favorite characters of the episode because this is so emotionally amazing watching these two meet finally.
I know, and that fun fact, but I just pushed you over to the edge. But yeah, they chose not to meet. So very fun fact.
Very cool.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
We'll get there, but that reunion was really great. So, but are we ready to jump into the episode itself?
Yes, let's do this thing. So, also fun fact about this that isn't too much of a thing, but it kind of ties into it. They had kind of hidden this episode, hoping that people would think that this was a Charlie episode to hide the fact that Shannon was dead because they wanted the viewers to have hope that she was alive, but they kind of ruined that 2 episodes ago. She's very clearly dead. You guys there was zero hope for anybody holding out that Shannon was alive there. But they did try and make this a hidden Charlie episode so people would think that Shannon was okay, but they did not do a very good job.
Is that just the title? Because the end of 2 episodes ago, right? We don't know 100% for sure because it just kind of ends on that. We're pretty sure. But
deader than a doornail. What do you mean? She is gone.
But is that just we just kept let people keep hope alive?
I think that they really were trying to let people think that she was okay. She was going to be okay.
Because I thought she was dead too. But maybe
they should have. I don't know. They maybe should have done something different, but it's very clear that she is dead. So I mean, kudos.
And then there's you hoping she was. It is weird as well that we have essentially 2 Ana Lucia episodes in a row. Obviously, the previous one wasn't specifically Ana Lucia, but it is 2 episodes in a row where it's really dealing with that character. So I can't think of any other time we've had something like that.
This is actually the first time that we had an episode where the flashbacks were somebody who was not on the main section of the plane, or the tail section.
Right.
Yeah. For sure. But yeah, starting off this episode, we get Ana Lucia right off the bat at the shooting range. This is a flashback. She then also goes to therapy, and we hear this therapist talking to her about how he's worked with her for 4 months. She wants to get back on the force. He said these are all stepping stones. Obviously, she's ready to go back to work. He's, I don't know if I should do this, but okay, I guess I'm signing off for you. And then we get back over to the moment where we left off at the other 48 and the abandoned of she has just killed Shannon. Saeed is pissed. He is not happy, for obvious reasons, and he goes after Ana Lucia. Echo is doing everything in his power to keep Sayid from doing this and killing her. Sayid is filled with rage. There's no stopping that man at this point. He is like full on ready to kill. But Ana Lucia does hit him over the head as he's on top of Echo. And with that, she kind of starts to really unravel here as we see her pointing the gun at every single person. Like even like Libby and Bernard, she's absolutely losing her mind here. For good reason though. I mean, we do see her start to unravel, like we kind of mentioned already, that she's just, I don't know what to do here. And we're going to continue to see that through this episode. Jake, I kind of want to go to you first right off the bat here, because we are just getting Ana Lucia introduced to us. We've seen her a couple times now on our screen. What are your thoughts on, I mean, we get really into her story and we could still learn more. What are your thoughts going into this Ana Lucia background here? We're getting very little.
Yeah, well, as soon as I saw the shooting range, I mean, that is clearly something, that cops do. And so, like, I think right away you're like, oh, she's probably a cop. And so then that kind of gets confirmed for you as I was watching it. And yeah, like the moment of like Sayid having that reaction, that's the exact reaction I was assuming he would have. And then Echo is, of course, going to subdue him to stop him from killing Ana Lucia. So, but I was definitely like completely understanding where Sayid was coming from in that moment, because from his perspective, it would seem like she just murdered him, and obviously, Sayid's seen not only murder like back where he came from in his background, but also obviously on the island with like Ethan and stuff. So like we've had that happen. So I don't know. So this is a pretty strong opening, I think, to the episode, in my opinion.
Agreed. Anybody else?
Yeah, the whole opening with like the flashback stuff's cool, and I think it's like a good way to introduce Ana Lucia. But the whole on island stuff here is just amazing. I love like these are all our people. I don't even blame Ana Lucia really for what happened. I blame the others. This was something that happened out of this sheer terror that has been instilled in them for everything they've went through, and Shannon was an unfortunate victim of that. But so it's hard to really root against anyone, but you totally understand Sayid being just pissed. He has no idea who these people are. They're coming in with Michael, Shannon's dead, and now he's being attacked. And I just say Echo and Sayid having a fight, like that is a matchup. Give me the rematch.
Yeah,
that is the clash of the titans right there. I love those two characters having that interaction, and yeah, it's like oh shit, where do we go from here? Because this is a mess. It's such a mess.
Yeah, I think that fight between Sayid and Echo is so good. Like, I'm not even like a wrestling or a fighting, but like, they're such good fighters. And then, like, I think so often in TV shows, especially in a situation like this, where like we know that neither side of this is the bad guy, right? Like they're all our Flight 815 people. So like, I think most times in most shows you would get a pretty quick resolution, and I'm sorry, and hug and kiss it out. And like, that is not what happens in the show. And it's like it's just so, like the way that she is pointing the gun at Libby and Bernard. Like, no, nobody move. Let me figure this out. Like, it's amazing.
Rabbit in the headlights.
Yeah,
get some grass to munch on. Carrot.
I do think that this is just going back to both of your points here. That there's nothing that like this is just because of the others, like Michael said. Like there's sheer terror here, and now we're like, oh my god, what are we gonna do? Like there's total reason for her to unravel in this moment, because I don't know what I'm gonna do. They're obviously mad at me. Like I didn't mean to. Like there's just so many thoughts and emotions going through, and just.
And as we're going to see, she has been traumatized before she even got to the island. And she's been traumatized on the island. So, like, she's standing there with the gun now. And she's like, hold on, I need to figure this out. And then I'll let the rest of you do something. And, like...
I want to I want to draw attention to the fact that this is, again, her first official episode, like, for her. And it going back to season 1, everyone's first episode, they went through something extremely close to what was happening on the island. And most of them made better choices than what she did.
I think it's important to have flawed characters.
Our group had it easy in comparison. Ana Lucia had to deal with a lot, like from day one.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
True.
For sure. Yeah. Moving on to like going into back into the episode, we're back in our flashback where she is back at the police department. She's in her little uniform. She's going to the captain's office. Lo and behold, Mom is captain. Like, anybody see that one come in? I know when I first watched it, I was like, this little interaction's a little weird. Oh, makes more sense now. They're mom and daughter. Okay. Like, it just seemed a little off to me. But so wasn't completely shocked because I felt like there was something going there. But Mom captain, like, gosh, that's got to be rough to have Mom as your boss and your mom. And obviously Mom is hesitant to put her back out on the streets for good reason. She was, she was shot. And obviously Michael brought up a good point. Like, she ruined the surprise for no reason. Like just
why?
Yeah.
I think too, it's a little ambiguous when her mom says that she's like an officer involved shooting. And like, we don't know yet, did Ana Lucia get shot? Did she shoot someone? Did someone shoot another officer when Ana Lucia was there? Did another officer shoot someone when I think it's a little ambiguous and it starts to like come together as the episode goes on.
Yeah, it does build like what happened here. Yeah. Well, obviously she was out for a reason. Like, was she suspended because the shoot, you know what I mean?
Right.
You're not fully sure of what happened here. But she does kind of fight with Mom a little bit here. I think this is kind of why Mom maybe ruins the surprise for her because she's so pissed off. But she's like, fine, here's your car. Like, just leave and go enjoy your surprise party that you didn't know about, but I'm going to ruin anyway. We get the moment on the island where Jack is out of the hatch. Rose even mentions it. She's like, nice of you to join us down here on the lowly beach. Here's some fruit. I love Rose. Rose is always like, again, any time that Rose appears on the screen, she's like taking it by force. Like, her even line when he's like, oh, where'd you get this? She's like, just because you're excited doesn't mean you get to talk with your mouth full. Like, we love Rose. We love Rose so much. They're interrupted by a golf ball, strangely not hitting anybody in the head, but landing perfectly in the water. And we see that Kate and Charlie and Hurley are down the beach and having a good old time. I love this little interaction between the three of them. He's like, oh, well, you could, he's worth so much money. And she's talking about it. He's like, shut up, he's an idiot. Like, Hurley and Charlie, always just my favorite people together. Jack walks up, and Michael loved to say he mansplains everything with golf. I mean, doctor in golf. Like, are we shocked here that Jack is a golfer? Kate clearly clocks him right off the bat, and she's like, let's find out who's more accurate, shall we? Like, she's like, don't be a jackass. No pun intended. And then we do go back to Sawyer is very sick. We know this, that they were literally carrying him on a stretcher. He is not doing well. Libby is like, he is going to die, Anna. We've got to figure something out a little bit quicker here. Like, let's start thinking faster. Echo's like, I'm over this. Like, Anna, I get it. I understand. But we got to get this man to the doctor. I don't want to hear anymore. I'm picking him up. She's like, he wouldn't do this for you. He's like, I'm not doing this for him. I'm doing this for me. Taking him to the doctor. Like, move aside, Anna. Move aside. And Jake, where are you at here? A lot of kind of things happen here. We got a little bit more backstory on Anna about the officer involved shooting. We're getting this fun interaction on the beach, but then very quickly going back to seriousness. What were your thoughts watching this for the first time?
Yeah, well, again, I was like anticipating Ana Lucia's not going to get along with somebody in her flashback. That's what we're used to. So I'm like, oh, okay, this makes sense. Again, someone that she's related to is a big part of her backstory and someone she doesn't get along with. So that made sense. And then obviously like the Sawyer stuff, like by this point, like it's a little bit shocking that like the infection hasn't spread further and that he's not honestly dead at this point. Like I feel like out there,
it's like a day. It's fine.
Yeah, I mean, I guess the time frame of it's only been a day, but just like I don't know, it's such a filthy environment. Like And then obviously the golf thing, as Kristin mentioned, the Charlie and Hurley interaction is hilarious because Charlie still thinks Hurley is full of shit, even though he's not. So I think it's pretty hilarious. And then obviously more golf because golf has been something that keeps these people very entertained when there's nothing else to do. So, and it is funny, the Kate and Jack interaction. Jack was so obviously mansplaining, and yeah, Kate, I'm pretty sure could kick his ass at golf. So,
which we see here shortly.
Yeah.
Also, I mean, we brought this up too, like, they're over here playing golf, and the tailies are like going through it. Like,
Right.
can you imagine if the tailies walk up and they're like, "Why do you guys have a golf course?" Like, we're fighting for our lives.
The tailies are down to 1/6 of their starting group, right? Like, so, like for our survivors, that would be like being down to 8 people total, like main characters and extras, right? Like that group has been. They have been tortured, kidnapped, and traumatized. And they're over there playing beach like, tee hee hee, I almost hit you, hee hee hee. I think that, like, in terms of an overall writing too, I think that the Charlie and Hurley scene is a good way to like work into these moments that like these. Yes, they had a little tiff a few episodes ago, but like. Yeah, they're still friends, and like they've worked to the point where they're like teasing each other about this. Like, does he really have millions of dollars? I don't know. Whatever. We're playing golf. Very minor defense of Jack. He just comes over to give her advice, and then it turns into like she challenges him, and he's like, "No, like I don't think it's mansplaining. I think it's just show up." He almost got hit in the head with a golf ball, and he's like, "Hey, so you might want to try this." And she's like, "Oh yeah," and like it's playful, like they're teasing each other. I don't think he's mansplaining.
I'm with Michael.
I mean,
Now listen, if Locke had come down here, then you'd have a whole new
Locke wouldn't have come down there because Locke didn't see anybody crying, so he wouldn't have gone over to try to manipulate them.
if Locke had said the exact same words that Jack did, you would have the exact opposite take that you do.
Correct. See, I will call him out, Michael, when he's being.
If Locke is just talking about golf, I don't care.
Oh, no, don't try and like.
It's when Locke
had a meltdown.
It's when Locke tries to like save somebody who doesn't need to be saved, or like say like that's what annoys me. If he's just like talking to people about golf, not that he wouldn't talk about golf with people because that's a fun thing that they do, and he doesn't want you to have fun. He wants you to join his goddamn cult. Okay, he's not having. There's no room for golf in the John Locke cult. Okay. You get to climb up trees, get into a plane, and die. We don't have time to play golf.
Damn.
You do find it funny that Lost really likes to, while there's something really dramatic happening on one side of the story, really counteract that with characters just having fun. It's like, okay, they can play golf until this all kicks off. And on the tailies and our main castaways to bring it to Survivor, this is the most lopsided merge I've ever seen in my life. We've got like politics before, they don't stand a chance.
So are the tailies tribe, are they like the Ulan tribe in Palau? Like they're just whittled down?
It's up there, yes.
Yeah, like the 4-4-4.
Yeah, the 4-4, yeah.
Anything else on this section before we move on?
I just want to say how much I love Mr. Echo, because he,
yes,
like the fact that he doesn't care about the whole situation. Well, he does, but this guy is hurt and he's going to die, and he's like, I'm sorry, we're so close to help. I'm taking him to the doctor. We're not doing this. And you know, even before that, when Anna's like freaking out and she's like, tie him up, Echo's like, no, I'm not doing that. I'm gonna take him and get help.
Yeah, I love that Echo. He has a moral code, right? Like he is a good person. Like it's like people need help, so he will help them. I love that about him. And listen, Ana Lucia's mom, spoiling surprise. I have always taken that as she was afraid because I think we all know, especially by the end of the episode, Ana Lucia should not have been put back to work yet. So I always took since the first time I watched this, I took that as her mom warning her so that she didn't freak out and shoot people when they jumped out and said surprise. That was always how I took, like, don't freak out, okay? Don't shoot anybody when they jump out at you.
It's just a cake. Don't worry.
It's a cake.
Just a cake. No one's trying to kill you.
I kind of thought, like, because when he comes in, he's like, there's a call for you. She's like, yeah, okay. Like, I kind of thought when I first watched this of her being like, go take the call. It's a surprise party. Like, it almost like Anna's not going to go take the call. So she was like trying to like get her to go over there. But yeah, she definitely spoils the surprise. It's so bad.
I think that was a good plan, Mom. You know your child.
You know your child. Going back to the episode, we are back in a flashback. We see Ana Lucia on patrol after she just fought her mom for it with her old partner. He's talking to her about like, sorry about Danny. Want me to go kick his ass? Like, obviously, it's a very close friendship that they have together. He's like, did you miss me? She's like, yes. Like, they're a very close duo here. They get called to, well, I'm sorry, they don't get called. Ana Lucia decides to go put herself on that call of domestic disturbance. They show up, and again, we've seen that Ana Lucia is just literally losing it. She has a meltdown, points the gun at the guy. He drops the TV. Now she has to pay for this new TV for this guy. Problems. Like, Ana Lucia, calm down. Even her partner's like, holster your weapon. Like, we are done here. Like, you need to chill out. This is not, you escalated the situation 10 times worse than it needed to be. Going back to the island, we have Saeed talking to Michael. Michael's like, I'm bringing him water. If you're going to shoot me, then shoot me. Like, he needs water. And, like, the love of his life just died. Like, Ana Lucia, we can go talk to him. He's straight up. Like, chill out. Saeed's asking, who is this? He's like, they were in the tail section. He wants to know where Walt is. And instantly, because we know that that's why Shannon and him were out there. She saw Walt. He didn't believe her. Then he did believe her. He saw Walt. He's like, he's been gone for a while. And Saeed just breaks down like, oh my God, like there's no, like this could have been him and we lost him kind of situation. Just a very like raw emotion, because obviously that was the reason why Shannon was out there and the cause of her death, was looking for Walt. That could possibly have been Walt. We don't know. Then we go back over to our golfing duo here of Jack and Kate. Kate basically puts her money where her mouth is and gets it almost right up next to the hole. And Jack, Mr. Mansplainer himself, bombs it totally. I mean, I guess he could have kept his head down. I don't know. So they go into the woods. I also love her playful like laughter where she's like, he really put it in there. Like this is just a really cute moment.
Her face when he hits the ball and it starts to go into the woods, and like she kind of smiles, but she kind of like it's perfect.
I totally would have been like, you hooked it. You should have kept your head down. But they go into, and she's like, you could just, we have other balls. Like, do we want to keep going? I don't really want to be in here. And as they're sitting there, this is also a moment with Jack that I'm like, you idiot. Like, she is literally staring past you in terror. And he's like, what? What? Turn around. Idiot. Like, turn
Sometimes
around.
you guys just hate on Jack just because you want to get on.
No, listen, that was just a moment. He stalled way too much. I would
now that Shannon's gone, she's got to move on to someone.
It's for TV. It's for the dramatic tension of a TV show.
Anyway, he turns around to see also the very intimidating Echo that we have seen. Again, if Mr. Echo is walking out carrying my lovely Sawyer on his shoulders, I'd be a little terrified. Jack's like there with the golf club, like ready to go.
Sawyer's a big guy. Like, Sawyer's not a small man.
No.
And he's just like, he just comes running through with ease with him on his back.
He looks so tiny on his shoulders, though. Like, that's the point of, like, Mr. Echo. He's a big honking dude. He goes, I need the doctor. Can you imagine Jack being like, I haven't seen him today? Like, I would be terrified. But we do get them going into the hatch, and Jack goes immediately to work. He's in doctor mode. We got to get his fever down. Kate, I need you to get the medicine, clean the bed, get these gauze. She's just like, what? What did you say? And she's
like, overwhelmed.
Listen, I can do my things where I need to get them, because she needs to lay off my man, which we will get to very shortly. So also Echo kind of starts looking around. Like, we know that they had their own little hatch. So he's like, what's this little emblem? What's going on over here? We get Locke kind of trying to Locke's trying to help, and Jack's like, "Don't you have a button to push? Like, go do your thing."
When he told him to go push the button,
it was a moment. We also have Bernard. He wants to get back to Rose. He's so close. Like, he's like, Anna, I need to get to my wife. Like, and Libby's like trying to like calm the situation. He's like, Anna, I need to go. She's like, I've kept you alive, dude. Like, give me a minute. Like, I need to figure this out. Libby's like, we just need to know what you're doing. Like, something, please. And so finally she comes up with the brilliant plan. Michael, go get me some bullets. Go get me some clothes. Go get me some blankets. I'm going to live out here, and then I'll let you all go. And so we see Michael take off.
I think she probably thinks, too, she's going to take Libby and Bernard and Echo with her. Like, no, we'll just stay out here. Give us blankets.
Yeah.
No one's doing that, Ana Lucia.
No one's giving you anything. So Jake, walk me through your first reactions of seeing this section.
Yeah. So the golf section of Kate and Jack is pretty fun, and then it is. When I first saw Kate looking behind Jack at first, I'm like, okay, what is it gonna be? Because I for some reason I was thinking it might be something else for some reason, and then I'm like, okay, no, it's gonna be.
You would have turned around, like, not 10 minutes later. You would have actually turned around.
Yeah, I would have turned around, I think, and maybe ran, but like I think that would have been me. But yeah, the so that happens, and then the bringing Sawyer down to the hatch. And everything there. I did find it funny when Jack is just telling Locke to buzz off, and it was very funny. Like, Locke, you don't need to know everything. So that was pretty funny. And then obviously, like, the Ana Lucia stuff of like delving more into what happened with her backstory as a cop. Like, she's already someone who, because of what she had been through, she's already someone who's not going to take chances anymore because of that. So as we see with her, pulling the gun on the guy with the TV and fighting with his wife or girlfriend. So, I guess that's my thoughts on this section.
I would just like to say Abraham plays the guy that is the detective with Anna in the flashbacks is Abraham on The Walking Dead. So like whenever I see that now, I'm like, it's Abraham. He went on to like a much bigger thing, much bigger role, I'd say. I've become the resident John Locke defender. Like, he just asked what was happening. His entire work, all he did was come into the room. Sawyer is back. He hasn't seen Sawyer in forever. He just said, what happened? And Jack said, go push your button. He was just inquiring.
It made me so happy. Go push your button. Go.
It just makes me laugh because he's like, I thought you had a button to push. Like,
yeah.
You're like, go do, I've got this. I'm the doctor.
I love Locke's expressions when he doesn't quite understand what's going on. When he said, go push the button, he's just like a toddler, like, oh shit, okay, I'll go do this. Let me get out of here.
I think they do a good job of, like, with Ana Lucia, right, like, really digging into like how deep that trauma still is, like whatever, like we don't know what it is at this point, but like we know that it's like it's still affecting her really, because the man's holding a TV. He's not Swift pulling a gun on her while he's holding a TV, right? But like, as we will find out, she's in protection mode for the baby, so she like very quickly pulls the gun on him, right? Because she is just that traumatized that like she can't even fathom giving someone the opportunity, right? And I love the 2005 TV that it is, that it's so big and it's it's like a giant box.
Yeah,
miss those things. And what I mean, yes, we all knew what was coming out of the woods behind Jack. We knew that. That's the point of that scene, is like it's to build the tension so that like what exactly is it going to be? And like it's giant Echo Man like struggling carrying Sawyer, but still being like, I need the doctor, right? Like yes, like it's exactly what the scene is supposed to be. And I think it's hilarious. I am so glad that they wrote it in that he said, "Go push your button." Like, yeah, go push your button. That beeping's going off. I don't feel like listening to it. I'm gonna try to save a life over here. Bye. Go. Set up your schedule. I don't know whose turn is it. Bye.
Go do some laundry.
I think the low-key villain of this episode is the therapist that clearly sucks at his job, because Ana Lucia was not ready to
Ana
go back
Lucia
to
was
work.
not
Like,
ready.
He said that they left it to him, it was his decision, and he went, yeah, she's ready. She was not ready.
She was not ready.
In his defense, he was very hesitant to sign off on that.
Yeah, and like there's a lot of pressure coming from Ana Lucia and from her mom to like get back in. I do like, as much as I do dislike John Locke, I would like to point out Echo is also like a man of faith, right? Like it's similar like type of person. I love Echo. It's just John Locke. I just don't like him.
Have we got to the scene between them yet, or just Echo down the hatch?
No, just down
Yeah.
that.
Okay, cool. I got lost
That's
on
the
that.
next section.
Go push your little button.
Let's get to that next section because Michael wants to talk about it. So we got the flashback of the after Ana Lucia has done her idiot self of pulling a gun on a TV. Her partner is pissed. He slammed his door. He's like, I'm gonna go sign us out. Like he doesn't even want to talk to her. She's like, what did I do? Or, I know you're mad. I'm sorry. Like he's like, I don't.
You're a cute little baby. I didn't do anything wrong.
Still got some cake left over.
Right, you want a piece of cake? We do see that another officer comes out and says, hey, Anna, we got your guy. She goes in and she's sitting there with her mom and they're talking about, hey, we picked him up here and he confessed to everything, she's like, it's not him. And this is where we get the story. Her mom's like, he put 4 bullets into you, like hollow point bullets. Like she's making this very clear, like, this is him. His fingerprints were on it. Anna, what are you talking about? She's like, it's not him. And she's like, dude, we cannot put this guy back on the street. What are you doing? Like, why are you being stupid? She clears the room, like, total fools a mom. Like, bitch, like, take a chill pill. We need to get this guy off the street. What are you actually doing? And she's like, I don't know what to tell you. It's just not him. And I could not imagine the frustration of her mom being like, I want to punch you so hard in the face, but I have to be professional because I would be so mad. I'd be so mad. We get back to the island. Here's where Michael's about to hate me. We see Anna go over to Shannon and her ugly face, even in death. But with that, she's even in death, she's still annoying and ugly and just, I don't even know why.
She's dead.
I cannot wait till we bury Shannon. Just so I need to be done with the whole Shan hit. I'm glad she's gone in a way just because we can move past this. The last thing you can say about Shannon is that she has an ugly face. That is ridiculous.
I will probably still find a way to bring her up points.
She's bringing her up way. It's
we just need the funeral to happen so they can plant a tree and she's not useless anymore.
Right.
Fertilizer.
I always love when Greg's on here because he has my back. But anyway, so we have this moment that Michael will undoubtedly talk about, the Locke and Echo moment where they are kind of talking about things. And it's kind of just a really beautiful moment that we don't get a lot of, but we can tell that this is going to build into something. We see my man is in very bad shape. Jack cannot, of course, his bedside manner still sucks as usual, and can't get him to swallow a pill. But Kate does get him to swallow the pill. Bitch, lay off my man. Okay, we need to stop whispering.
Do you want her to save him or not? Do you want her to save him or
his
not?
life.
I do, but I need her to like not do it so sexually because that's my job. So like, lay off. We've got Bernard. He is like, I'm going to Rose. I'm sick of this, Anna. Like, I thank you for everything, but I'm done. Like, you're taking too much time. My wife is literally across the hill, and I'm going. They take off. They're like, she's like, fine, whatever. All of you leave. I don't care. Like, whatever. And poor
I'm surprised he waited as long as he did.
I'm amazed.
I'm Bernard. I'm gone.
Right, I'm amazed too.
Bernard's a very nice man, and she has a gun. Like,
It's only been a few minutes.
But I mean, we do see, like, can you imagine Saeed, like, as everybody leaves, and like Jin doesn't want to, he's like, and he's like, it's okay, go. I'd be like, please don't leave me with the crazy lady with the gun. And like, let's rethink this one, y'all. But we do have Michael runs up on Sun, like, again, like, she instant panic goes into her head. He's like, I'm like, oh my gosh, like, he kind of, I understand he's out of breath and he's like trying to get his words right. I just can't imagine those like few seconds of Sun thinking the worst of the worst with her husband. And finally he gets like, he's fine. I need Jack. And like instant relief. Like, can you just imagine poor Sun in this moment? But obviously she takes him down to Jack in the Hatch, and he's like, we've got a problem. We've got a big problem. And Jack starts to question Echo. Echo's not having it. He's like, I'm not gonna like answer your questions because you don't want to hear the answers. Like, Echo's not about Jack right now. And we do see Saeed and Anna. I'm gonna leave that one for the next section just because that is such an amazing conversation that they have. It does happen here at the very end leading into the flashback, but I want to leave that section off so we can talk about that more later. So walk me through, Jake, your first reactions of actually getting the story of Ana Lucia and what has happened to her, her leaving, letting this guy go, and then all the stuff that we have on the island.
Yeah, so, I mean, this is like the first clue of like, you know, more of what happened to Ana Lucia, and she has her own plans for what to do about this guy, because I definitely found it interesting for her to just like let this guy go free. Obviously, like, what's gonna happen later. Heard an echo. So yeah, then like Bernard leaving Ana Lucia and being like, I'm done. Bernard, yeah, he's too nice to do anything sooner, and he just wants to get back to Rose because she's been believing that he's been okay this whole time. So yeah, I totally sympathize with Bernard here. Bernard is a wholesome human being, and in the nicest way possible, he just tells Ana Lucia that he doesn't want to be around her anymore.
The nicest F off ever.
Yeah.
Michael, I know you wanted to get to the Echo lock of it all.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, this show does just such a good job of building really interesting three-dimensional characters that are just so good. So when you get certain pairings, I don't know, it just gets me so excited. And Echo and Locke are just two characters that they feel like very similar, and I love them coming together and having that conversation. And I also love that, like, Locke piecing together what's happened, and he does show genuine like shit, like he pieces together that Shannon has been killed, and I just love that scene between the two of them. And like Kevin mentioned, like, they're both kind of men of faith. They are quite similar in ways, and just everything about Echo during this whole section, he's so measured, and he just doesn't want the situation to escalate. Like, he cares about Anna and he understands the situation, and he sees it escalating into something way worse, and he's just trying to calm the situation down. And when Jack, like, Mr. Echo is not intimidated by Jack. I'm sorry, Jack, you're wonderful, I love you, but you are not scaring this man. He's like getting in his face and like, you're gonna take me here, and he's like, no, I'm gonna sit.
No.
It's just,
Yeah, that was hilarious. Like, Jack, you're not Mr. Echo. You are not gonna intimidate this man.
You were just afraid of him in the jungle with your golf club. Like, you don't think he's gonna take you seriously. Right.
I just again love Terry O'Quinn's body language and the way he looks at Echo. It kind of seems like, holy crap, this is what I look like. Like, he's looking in a mirror. This is what people think of me when they look at me, is what he looks like.
I will give. See, this is where I don't just talk shit about John Locke. I will give Locke the credit that as he's hearing it, like, the thing that I'm hearing through that is that he is a little worried that it, like, he hears Blonde Woman, he's worried that it's Claire, right? Because I think he does. I think he wants her in his cult, but he is concerned about her And then I think he has the realization in Shannon and has a moment of relief, but then also has a moment of, oh no. I do like sense all of that in his character. And yeah, it's very compelling stuff. So I will give him the credit when he does something well. I just think that whole conversation is very, like I said, I just like Echo so much. Echo is such he's just such a like it is what it is. I believe these things, and I don't care if you do or you don't, because this is how I'm going to act because of that, and I love that about him. When I watched this in 2005, right away I knew as soon as she said it's not him, I was like, take her gun, and put her in a cell, put her under like witness protection. She is going to kill that man. She's going to follow him wherever he goes when you release him, and she's going to kill him. Like, I was like, mother, get your shit together, because she is going to go kill him. So I saw that coming from a mile away.
I also don't understand this moment, because I mean, he has confessed, the fingerprints are there. Right. Like, I don't know how they couldn't keep him and hold him, because she could have been like, it was like, she obviously didn't see him. It was dark. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I feel like they could have kept him.
Yeah. So yes, I think if he has a lawyer or a public defender already there, then they do argue him to be released, but I don't think they drop any suspicion or charges on him. I think they just like, well, your main witness just said it's not him. Like, okay, well, we still have these other things, so we're still gonna get him.
We're still
like, which like he should have also been under protection. Like they should have been following him and not left him alone in a bar to get shot by Ana Lucia. Yeah, because they now know he's a criminal who shoots cops with hollow point bullets. So like, yes, you can let him go on a technicality, but you know who he is, right? This mother is a terrible captain.
Is the Dexter Morgan of Lost. She's doling out that Dexter justice. The system doesn't work, so she's going to take him out her own way.
The system would have worked if she didn't lie.
I mean, the system should have worked regardless of what her testimony was. It's just what she's a cop.
Yeah. No, I agree. I think that there's, more to that. But I mean, going into kind of this main moment of the whole episode, we have this moment between Saeed and Anna. She has obviously let everybody go. I would just be like, yes, ma'am, anything you need. Yes, okay, untie me, kind of Saeed. But she immediately goes to, do you have kids? Which is like a very weird, like, right off the bat question. Like, no, do you have kids? And she's like, I was just curious. And that's just the most random, like, not your favorite color. It's, do you have kids? Right off the bat. Which obviously is going to lead us into our final flashback here. But like, she's talking about why she is kind of like in this moment here. She's talking about exactly what happened. They had, gone to a call. This guy came out. He's like, you're making a mistake. I'm a student. He reaches for his ID and he reached for a gun and shot her to get away. So obviously massive mistake. You never let anybody reach and all those things. Like she should as a cop, but she made the fatal mistake and she could have lost her life for it, but she didn't lose her life. She did get shot. But we go into the flashback where she confronts Jason outside of the bar. And she's like, Jason, he turns around, but he's literally probably like so happy. He's drunk as a skunk. No idea what's happening. He turns around and she shoots him. And then she goes, I was pregnant. So we've now understand when he shot and killed her, she was pregnant. We understand maybe why that is why her and Danny had broken up. There's probably a lot of, losing a child is so unbelievably hard. We don't know how far along she was, if it was a new pregnancy, if she was later in, all of those things. So very tragic thing has happened to her, which is now where we kind of are like stopping to hate on Ana Lucia and now kind of sympathizing with her. We have this moment where she finally releases Saeed. I feel like she just needed to get that off her chest. She's like, it's fine now. Sure. Just don't kill me. But I mean, he has no idea she's about to release him. She comes up with this giant, also like Anna, let's not scare Saeed anymore because you're about to release him. Like, let's not piss him off. Like, just be like, I'm gonna release you. It's okay. Like, move over. Like, she does very intimidating. But she does release Saeed. We see Kate and Sawyer. This ending here is just, whew, it's emotional. Like, let's not even get this like right here. We have Kate by the bedside of my man. Again, she needs to leave him alone. But to get to this very emotional ending, oh my God, when Vincent sees Michael,
oh my God,
my God,
I was about to tear up. I'm
like his little face, like he looks up and he's like, oh, it's Michael. Like, oh my God, I like instant tears. Vincent is such a good boy. I love him so very much. But we do see them all coming out of the from the jungle here onto the beach. Everybody's like, oh, it's Jin. Who are these other two people? But oh, it's Jin. We're having a good time. We see that Rose and Bernard finally meet each other. God, the emotion of it all. It's, if you're not dying from Vincent seeing Michael, you're now dying because of Rose and Bernard. And then if that still doesn't get you, we have Sun doing the laundry. The double take, y'all. The double take of her like, oh my God, it's Jin, and her running up and him running up, and oh my, still handcuffed on his wrist.
I know. I'm like, is he ever gonna get that off?
Literal. Oh my God, perfection. Perfection is the only way to describe this emotional ending. Then of course we have Echo has agreed to take Jack out with just Jack, no guns, all the things, and we end the episode of Jack and Ana Lucia finally seeing each other again. Maybe they're gonna go have that drink on the plane. Stu Oceanic together, but that's how we end it with Jack and Ana Lucia. Him just, what did you do? Her so remorseful. Just, again, perfection is the only way to describe this ending. So, Jake, walk me through your thoughts.
Yeah, well, so as soon as she asked about kids and she has that pause with Saeed, like where she pauses before answering herself, I was like, okay, something happened with like a kid that she already had, or something happened. She was pregnant and lost the baby. So that's what I was thinking. And so that all made sense when she goes and kills Jason outside the bar and says that. So that wasn't surprising. And then, yeah, that emotional reunion of everybody. Like I said, I was tearing up just seeing Vincent. Like, I don't know, reminded me of my dog and so that I had, and so I really liked that. Obviously, the Bernard and Rose reunion, I saw it coming as soon as they walked up. So I was so happy to see them get to reunite. And then Jin and Sun even just having the hug at that point, because things have been contentious for them. And even at this point now, since being on the island, of how Jin has become this better person, and like everything we saw of him in season 1 is he's back to being the person he was before he took the job with her dad. So I really like that. And then obviously, Ana Lucia and Jack seeing each other again. I love these callbacks, these connections that we've seen, and just getting to see two characters meet each other again after like getting to meet each other without really knowing, each other, what's going to happen. So I really liked that. So that's my thoughts on the end of this episode.
The whole stuff between Saeed and Anna is, again, kind of like the Lock Echo thing. I feel like there's characters in the show that are just such good parents and quite mirror images of each other. And Saeed and Anna, you see through this discussion, they have a lot of similarities. They have a lot of guilt. They have a lot of regret. And my take on the whole kids thing, I think Anna in her head is trying to get information of like, do I have to kill this guy? If I kill this guy, what am I taking away? Do you have kids? I think she's just going through in her head of, what happens if I kill him? If I don't kill him, what happens? And when she decides to free him at the end, I think she's actually wanting him to kill her. I think she's totally resolved that, like, kind of deserve this. feel dead. Like, if this is how it ends, I'm totally okay with that. And you see the emotion of his when, like, that. I love that line where Saeed says, "What's the point of killing you when we're both already dead?" And it's heartbreaking, and it's so true. And they've been through so much, and that entire scene is just phenomenal. Both Naveen Andrews and Michelle Rodriguez are just amazing in that scene, and just the characters on this show, they're just so good. I love that scene so much.
Yeah, the same thing. I thought that it was like, I think she's really thinking like, as soon as I let this man go, he's going to kill me, right? So like, should I just kill him before he kills me, right? Like, I think she's having that internal debate all the way up to when she finally decides to free him, and she's like, okay, then do it. So yeah, like, I think, yes, it obviously, like, writing wise is teeing us up for the reveal that she was pregnant when she got shot, and lost the baby. But like, I think also makes sense in that context too, of like, okay, he's gonna kill me. I have to kill him first. Like, does he have kids? I think. Oh, I wanted to slightly go back just a little bit to. Jack has a very similar reaction to Anna of like, I have to protect my people. I have to protect my, like, he wants to grab the guns. He wants to like I have to protect my people from this other person who is crazy, is going to kill. Like, they're both having the same sort of like immediate want to protect their people. Echo is just able to talk Jack down, probably because Jack was not pregnant, got shot, went back to work, killed the man who killed his baby. Like, it didn't have 12 people kidnapped from them in the middle of the night by the other, right? Like, he hasn't been through all of that, so it's easier to talk him down successfully. So, again, I think Ana Lucia gets a lot of hate, and I understand where that comes from, but I don't think she deserves it. And then that ending, all of the reuniting, and like also the juxtaposition of the reuniting of like all these like Jin and Sun and Rose and Bernard, and everyone's so happy on the beach, but then you get Jack and Ana Lucia's reunion, which is not as excited. It's such great storytelling by Lost. It's so well done.
I think it's a lot. I mean, I think seeing Jack and Ana Lucia, you kind of almost just see both of their brains like in the wheels of turning of like, how the hell are we going to explain all this? Like, how are we, like, we know that your other people are now on the beach, because like we don't even really see like them, you know, Jin comes out, but like I'd be like, who are these people? Where did they come from? Why is this guy hugging Rose? Like, what is happening here? I think that that's just kind of like the two leaders meeting and being like, we're in a massive pickle here and people are going to hate you. I don't know what to tell them. What are we going to do with you? There's just a lot of confusion on your face. They're not even happy to see each other. Like, it's just kind of one of those things of like, you have this happiness happening on the beach, and then you have this just like, oh shit, what are we going to do now? And out in the jungle.
Yeah.
I just the Jack and Echo John part where John tried to talk him out of it for going for the guns immediately, and then Echo doing it. I just want to reiterate, Echo is who John wants to be.
And I like Echo.
Yeah.
Everybody does.
Everyone loves Echo, at least like Hugo. I got one more thing on Ana Lucia as well. The whole the whole pregnancy thing, I think there's a lot of guilt in Ana Lucia as well, because my read on that is if people knew she was pregnant, she should not have been at work, and that she wouldn't have been allowed to be there on patrol. So my theory is she's very early on and she hasn't told people she's pregnant. She's went out there and this thing has happened, and it's not been something that maybe even her mother knows or anything like that. And she has to live with that. Like, if she had just taken time off work, but she's so obsessed with this work, this life, and she can't move away from it, and she puts herself in that situation and ultimately loses an early pregnancy. And it's like, that's another thing. She says she feels already dead. It's like she'll never be able to make that right in her head, that decision that she made.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. Well, that is it for Collision. So, favorite, least favorite character.
All right. So this is tough. Favorite for the episode, I think I'll go with Echo. Just like he was so fantastic. From my perspective, just like everything, the conversations he had with like Locke and Jack, and just like being that calming presence of like, Ana Lucia made a mistake, and just like trying to stop more conflict from happening. Like I really, really liked that about Echo. And then least favorite. Oh boy. I'll probably go with Jack just for his mansplaining, and like I honestly think like just honestly I
He
don't know.
literally saved a man's life.
It did.
Oh, that's hilarious.
I just feel like he did.
Everybody's face when you said that.
I feel like he did save Sawyer's life, but I don't know, like that, and just like everything, like I understand why he's reacting the way he is because Shannon just died, but like I don't know, like I feel like I feel like I'll just stick with Jack for this one. I had a hard time like thinking of like a least favorite character, so
Kevin's having a coronary.
Is this what it's like when we're all mean to Kristin about Sawyer? Like when we all team up on one person? Like, Michael? Is this what it's like when we all pick on John Locke? Like,
yeah, I'm not gonna be too sad for you because I've dealt with this for like 30 episodes.
Jack did nothing. Jack did nothing.
I know.
Exactly, Jack did
I deal with
nothing.
this every week, Kevin.
Jack was useless.
Jack is the new useless.
He's a doctor on a stranded island. He is saving lives.
Playing golf.
Can't even get Sawyer to take a tablet. What's he doing?
Right, he's a horrible doctor, horrible bedside manner.
I'm gonna start saying my favorite character is John Locke, just so you guys will hate him.
I'm gonna go with Echo too. That I think Echo is amazing in this episode. He's in fact he's like a brand new character. We've had him for a few episodes, and he already feels like such an integral part of the group, and he's so well acted. He's such an interesting character. Everything with him in the hatch is just so good. I absolutely love it. I do want to give a shout out to both Saeed and Ana Lucia because I think they both held up this episode as well. And again, for Ana Lucia, who's a relatively new character, this episode's great, and she's the kind of backbone of it. So I think she deserves a lot more credit that she gets for that. So her and Saeed, fantastic too. It's a bit of a cop out. I hate doing it, but like I'm just gonna go with shithead guy in the flashback. I can't even remember his name.
Jason.
Yeah, that's the Badger. I just everyone in this episode, we talked about it with the other 48 days, where like all the characters were so like engaging. I don't think there was any real bad characters in this episode. Like it's such a good character episode. So yeah, it's a cop out, but I'm gonna go with the shithead.
I beg to differ on that one. Because there's one person who hasn't really grown as a character in a little while, and that's Jack. He hasn't done anything. Like he did help save Sawyer, but come on.
This is where
He's
Kevin
a doctor.
turns around and turns his camera.
He's a doctor. He's supposed to do that.
We're looking for where the fuck you all find the audacity.
I mean, it was a lot of the decision was because of the mansplaining. That was a bit absurd. And then he lost on top of that.
Madly.
That's just funny. I don't it's just funny.
And then for my favorite, I put Anna. She may be quite possibly the worst choice for a cop, but she's an awesome character.
Oh my god. All right, Kevin. Save Jack.
God, I feel like I wasn't even gonna make him any character. Like, he's just there saving Sawyer, just like doing his job as a doctor because that's what he's supposed to do. Now I feel like I have to just to protect his reputation. No, I'm torn between Ana Lucia and Echo. Ana Lucia is just such an interesting character. Like, is she perfect? She's not perfect. Like, do I want to hang out with Ana Lucia? No, I'd be very worried about being alone with her on that island. But like, as a character that I'm watching on the show, I want to see more of her. She is very interesting. And like they've had it so easy for so long on our island, like comparatively, right? Like, they had one bad guy who like tried to kidnap two of them and they got both of them back, right? Like, it's been way harder for her. So like, just to see like yes, she makes some bad choices, but she's also been through some like horrible things that our people haven't. So yeah, I think I'm gonna make it Ana Lucia, but like, shout out to Echo when he says I'm not doing it for him, I'm doing it for me. I'm like yes, amazing, love him, he's great. Least favorite, I can't even say John Locke because he gets told off so amazingly and just like put in place so perfectly. I can't even like complain about him. I think I'm gonna go with Anna's mom because she should have stepped in so many times. She should not have let Anna go back to work. She should not have given her a patrol spot. She should have been behind a desk. She should not have been calling her in to say, come ID him. You didn't need her ID. Let her ID him later, right? Like, hold him. He has a confession. He has prints. You don't need her. And she just, like, screws so many things up. I think she's a terrible captain. I hope she got fired after Ana Lucia went to Australia. So yeah, that's going to be my choices.
I have one last question for y'all. Where would you put Ana Lucia's mom on the ranking of parents?
Of bad parents?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think she's
For the viewers
right.
too, like,
She has to be higher up. Like, come on.
She's a little higher up for me.
Yeah, she's not as bad as like Anthony Cooper and Mr. Pike.
Yeah.
I think she's more of like a Christian shepherd. Like, makes some bad parenting choices, but like, does pay attention to their child.
Yeah, she's not the level of the best that Jin's dad is, but
Charlie's mom.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
So, favorite character, obviously, I'm shouting out Echo because amazing. Shouting out Ana Lucia because she finally
tell us how Sawyer managed to be your favorite.
Hold on, I'm shouting out
being unconscious the entire time.
I'm shouting out Echo. I'm shouting out Ana Lucia for killing Shannon. I'm also shouting out Sawyer for continuously being hot even when he's on his deathbed. And I'm also going to shout out Vincent because he is the bestest little boy ever. He's like just so sweet. Love Vincent. But my favorite character is going to Rose because when Bernard pops out, she's like, fucking knew it, y'all. Told you.
I know.
Like, there is a beautiful moment there, but like her face, like he's like, oh my god, and she's like, where the fuck have you been? I haven't seen you. Gotta love Rose. Like, she's amazing. I just love Rose. And again, we talk about anytime she's on the screen, we just fall in love with her.
Yes.
Least favorite character, it's hard because there, like we've talked about, there are so many stellar performances in this, like especially in this episode. I kind of want to say the therapist, but just for one last like hurrah, like Shannon, like she looks ugly even in death. So, take her out with a bang.
I can't wait till Shannon is not even in an episode and Kristin still says
find a way to bring her up. I will still find a way.
The memory of her is her least favorite character.
Not gonna happen. Rankings.
Yeah, Michael, what's our top 10?
So for season 2 so far, we have Orientation, The Other 48 Days, Man of Science, Man of Faith, Adrift, Abandoned, Everybody Hates Hugo, and Found. And then our overall top 10 episodes are Exodus, Walkabout, Orientation, Man of Science, Man of Faith, The Pilot, Do No Harm, Confidence Man, The Other 48 Days, All the Best Cowboys Have Daddy Issues, and Deus Ex Machina.
All right. So overall, I don't think this episode is going anywhere close to the top 10. I think for me, it's like maybe like 19, 20, maybe even a little below that. And then for season 2, I'll probably say like 5th or 6th. I think 6th. I'll go 6th.
What are the top 3 again, just in season 2, Michael?
Orientation, The Other 48 Days, and Man of Science, Man of Faith. And then 4th is Adrift.
Yeah, I'm with Jake. I think I'm gonna put this like 5th because I feel like there is so much in here, but like I just feel like Adrift, like that's where we're getting like them coming up onto the beach and where we think that the tailies are the others, and there's just like they're leaving us on that where like cliffhanger, where this is just kind of like a good solid like you feel good but like feel sad kind of episode. So I feel like I'm gonna put this under Adrift. So I'm gonna go 5th.
I was like, this is a solid number 4, better than Adrift.
I was gonna put it above Adrift too.
Man of Faith. Like this episode was so solid. Like all the stuff with Echo, the stuff in the hatch between all them, with Jack, Locke, Echo, and then the stuff between Saeed and Ana Lucia. We have the reunion of, Rose and Bernard, Jin and Sun, this incredible ending, Vincent and Michael. I think this was like the culmination of the first 7, 8 episodes, whatever number it is. Like, I think this was an absolute banger. I'd put it, number 4, above Adrift. Not in the top 10. I agree. It doesn't break that.
Yeah. I was also going to say above Adrift in 4. Like you said, the character interactions, like we get Echo interacting with Locke for the first time. We get Echo interacting with Jack for the first time. Like we get Ana Lucia and Saeed. Like we see the fallout of her shooting Shannon, and it is not pretty. Like, and we get a really good story about one of the tailies in a flashback. Like I think it's really good. And I think I wasn't here when you guys talked about Adrift. I just think the shark is like kind of silly. Like I don't know. Like it just, there's nothing like silly like that kind of like brings it up. There's great stuff in Adrift. Like the scene of Michael waking up crying, sitting on the raft is like, that is amazing television. But like there is that kind of like this silly shark that he shoots out of nowhere. Like what? It doesn't make any sense. So like this is all hits. I don't think it's as good as the other ones. I think the other ones are like amazing, but I think this is very good start to finish.
Look at us on the same page.
I get to be the tiebreaker, right?
Yeah,
pretty much.
So.
I was gonna put it around 5, just because it sets up a lot of stuff, but I'm more excited for the next episode than I am what happened in this episode.
Greg and I are always just we're I got you.
That's like 5th, because if that's
it's
2.
I think it goes to 5th because of Jake's 6th.
Yeah.
So it goes below Adrift, and above Abandoned, and doesn't break the top 10.
Not shocking. It's above Shannon because she sucks.
There we go.
Wrap us up, Jake.
All right. Well, with that, I'll let you guys get to your spoiler section, and we'll see you next time for more Shannon hate on the Tribe of Nerds.
The train will leave the station next time, I promise. Choo-choo. Fuck John Locke.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Tribe of Nerds after Jake, the spoiler section of Lost. Get out if you haven't seen it. You know the drill. Get out. This is your time. But also on your way out, like, comment, subscribe, all the things.
Hit that like button and get out of here if you have not seen the entire series.
Correct. Like, this is your time to go. And we've given you plenty of time, and if you stayed, you're on your own. All right, Collision. We get a little backstory on Ana Lucia. Oh,
Listen,
Ana Lucia.
I love Ana Lucia.
I do too.
I am a little. I mean, I understand why. Obviously, I understand why, but I'm a little disappointed she's not in the church at the end.
Yes, I agree. She does make an appearance though.
Yeah, she does make an appearance in that. Like she's not ready to be in the church and move on with the rest of them.
No, she is not.
She's
ready
been
to
too
move on.
tortured in her life.
Yes, she is not ready to move on like the rest of them.
Correct.
With that, we get a lot of. I mean, obviously, it's a sad day for me because I'm very close to not being able to mess with Shannon and Michael anymore. But don't worry,
Shannon alone.
I still have time. There's one more. There's one more after this. I get to throw some digs. But yeah, this is gonna be. I mean, this is the aftermath we've seen. Obviously, she killed Shannon. Thank you, Ana Lucia. That's why you're my favorite character. But we get a lot of things like you mentioned, Kevin. She did say, and I feel like I'm already dead. And to which you replied,
"Right, she is already dead. Like she's not making it off. She's not making it out of the season.
She's not. Very quickly here. Are we going to get the moment of bye bye Ana Lucia, but also sadly bye bye Libby?
Yeah, she's gonna drag Libby down with her.
I know, stupid. But also like again, this is setting up. I feel like watching again. I've watched this so many times, but I feel like season 2 is such. We had season 1 where they left us on the cliffhanger of them stealing Walt, but like this is where like Michael completely 180s them and is like he's like, here you go. Like he takes them and sends them over to the others. It's crazy. Yeah,
it's crazy to think that like she cuts the vine, unties Saeed, and like hands him the gun because she's like, I deserve it, right? Like just go ahead and kill me now. And instead, it's going to be Michael who uses the gun.
Yeah.
To kill her.
Yeah.
In like what, 15 episodes?
Episode, we'll be talking about that in the spoiler section of that, what leads up to all that. But yes, Ana Lucia is not long for this show.
Yeah, which is I like Ana Lucia. I think she's an incredibly interesting character. I think
it's very unfortunate, actually. Like I think it's a very like sadly like. They were taken off because of poor choices that they made in Hawaii.
Well, I've read that she was always only going to be a one season. She was only ever going to be on season 2. That's what
really?
I've heard.
Well, because I was aware of their horrible things that they did.
So yes, I found out about them getting arrested, and I heard that like she was getting written off anyway, right? Like she was only ever going to be on for the one season anyway. And that it was kind of like a 1-2 punch for Libby. So like they realized that the fan reaction to Ana Lucia was not great. And so like they wanted to like have a little more emotional pull to that shocking ending of that episode. Mm-hmm. And then the actress also had just been arrested. So like those two things in combination were like, oh yeah, like people really like her. They really like Libby. They're really interested in Libby, and like this actress, we're kind of upset with for causing some issues. So that's gonna be the out that we need. But yeah, I'd heard that Ana Lucia was only ever supposed to be there for the season. So I mean, maybe that's why her story is able to be so interesting and compelling right away because they knew from the beginning what was going to happen.
Well, and we do know too, we're going to get more of this later of why she was in Australia. She leaves the force after this Jason incident. We're going to get more of that later on. But she leaves and goes and works at TSA, which is where she meets Christian Shepherd, Jack's dad, and she goes to be his quote unquote bodyguard for which we will see why he was in Australia to see Claire. So that is why Ana Lucia was there, so we'll get more of her backstory on that. But yeah, we don't really get much more out of her storyline at all, really. Which is, again, I feel like it's kind of one of those Shannon things is like, I don't want to see Shannon anymore on my screen than I already did, but I felt like when they killed Shannon off, there was more, we could have gotten more of Shannon, and I feel like we could have gotten more of Ana Lucia here.
Yeah, same thing. I think we could have gotten more Ana Lucia. I think she's mostly, though, I think created to be like a darker version of Jack.
Yeah. Yeah.
As we noted, by the way, she's wearing the dark shirt and he's wearing the light shirt at the end of the episode.
Most definitely. Also, I mean, we get Echo here being such a good person. Here's the thing too with Echo is like we are going to see a lot more of Echo. He's going to be building a church because of things from his past. We see that he's eventually going to take over the button because Locke loses his mind, which we're not shocked by. But we see him doing that. But also sadly, sorry, this is why this is a spoiler section. Echo does end up dying, and it's a complete 180 from where he is right now. So it's kind of like his storyline goes in a very opposite direction of where Lucia is, where she's coming to terms and like getting better, where Echo starts off good and like goes bad, so it's kind of like a very interesting to see those two flip issues there.
Yeah, and he also has a like tragic backstory, right? Like obviously not his the child in his womb being killed, but like a similar, like horrible, tragic backstory. And again, I think he's I think Ana Lucia is good at grounding that, like these people who have been through terrible things, like, yes, we like them now, we like the characters there, but like they could have made other choices and they could have been angrier and they could have sought revenge and killed the person who killed their baby. Like, so yeah, he also has some just like, it's amazing he's so nice and so wonderful because he's had it so rough.
I know. So, I mean, there's not really any,
the only other thing I think of is that Bernard is the only Taily who makes it.
Who makes it out alive.
And he and Rose go live off in the jungle on their own and don't want any of the drama.
We know because she was sick. That's another reason why they were in Australia, because Bernard never quits, which we'll get into a later episode called SOS. But he never quits either, and so she doesn't want to leave the island, so they obviously will stay behind. Where we're gonna get some people off the island, which is coming up. Crazy. Not coming up soon, but coming up. So with that, I mean, there's not really more. It's more of us getting Ana Lucia backstory and like an Echo situation. We know that Sawyer is going to be okay. Thank you, Echo, for bringing him to the doctor. Sawyer thankfully is okay. Yay, my man. But yeah, so I mean, other than that, we really don't have anything too crazy to spoil out of this except for those two people.
Yeah.
I mean, the reunion, we know that's more going to be in the next episode with the reunion because of Jen and them. So, with that, yeah. I mean, it's that reunion though. Oh my God, Vincent kills me. Anyway, anything else that you can think of?
No, I'm just thinking like this section. I mean, this episode is, I think, very, very good. But I don't think it's. I think aside from it's an Ana Lucia. It's an Ana Lucia. Ana Lucia is not going to make it very far.
It's a lead up to other bigger episodes coming.
There's
not going to make it very. There's not a lot as well because she doesn't have a lot of story left in her.
I know. Not much there. But yeah, we'll be back for another one. Again, like, comment, subscribe. If you're gonna do a spoiler with us along, that's totally fine. But make sure you put a spoiler and then like 5,000 spaces so Jake can't.
Spoiler barrier. The spoiler barrier. Like, who is the spoiler barrier brought to you by? Is it brought to you by Ana Lucia's like gun that she uses to kill Jason? Is it brought to you by Echo's Bible? Like, what brings the spoiler barrier here today? And then
right.
And then tell us.
Yes, exactly, because Jake can't help himself. But with that, we'll be back for another episode. We're going to be doing, what's the next one? What Kate did, right? Is the next one that we're going to be on. So we'll be back for that, and we'll have some spoilers for that one for sure. So we'll see you guys next time, and bye.